can chase that shine downtown. I want smoke that shakes the ground. No sauce on the side, no fork in my hand, just salt and fire and a blade in the pan. You smell that turn, you know where I stand. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is. Central Texas barbecue, that smoke hits hard like this. No sauce, no forks, just bark and bliss. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is, best there is, best there is. Ribs come out with a midnight rain, fat in the fire and the whole place sings. Beans in a cup and a paper plate. You don't need much when the meat's this great. Slice too thick, I'll take it slow. Tender enough to stop a soul. No sauce on the side, no fork in my hand, just salt and fire and a blade in the pan. You smell that turn, you know where I stand. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is. Central Texas barbecue, that smoke hits hard like this. No sauce, no forks, just bark and bliss. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is, best there is. Let the moon hang low over the cedar flare. Let that pepper sting in the night air. I came for the feast and I found my church. One bite in and the whole world hurts. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is. Central Texas barbecue, that smoke hits hard like this. No sauce, no forks, just bark and bliss. Central Texas barbecue, best there is, best there is, best there is, best there is.
GMGN everyone, welcome to another episode of The Cook. I got a special one here for you today, man. We're going to be talking about barbecue and workout, leg day, definitely on calves. I hope you guys enjoyed that song that I wrote special just for this episode and this episode only about Central Texas barbecue. That is definitely what I'm all about. I love barbecue. We'll get into all of that, but you know what is happening, chat. You guys let me know what's going on with y'all. If you like the song or not, you know, give me a shout. Maybe I'll put it out there. In fact, I can play some background music there. Y'all let me know if that is too loud or not, or if you can't hear it. Anyway, let's get into some fun here. You know, let's start with leg day. A lot of people, leg day, I always found that, like, people either love leg day or they hate leg day, you know, if you work out. But something that a lot of people skip, actually, or don't put enough focus on is calves. Now, even like major bodybuilders, in the space, they struggle with calves. Sometimes it's about genetics, having big, thick, defined calves. But you need calves strength in there, and there's really two main muscles that you want to work here. And you see, like here, we have the gastrocnemius muscle. That's the big fat one on top, and then the soleus on the side, which that's what it'll. Okay. There's two different workouts to work both of these, and you really need to do both. A straight leg workout is really what's working that upper muscle, and bent knees shift more to that soleus muscle. I've got some video here to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. And also the thing that I want to demonstrate for you guys is also, you go to your gym and maybe you don't have like old rod equipment. So I want to show you some different techniques that you can use if you don't have the ideal equipment. So starting out, this is what I'm talking about. This is a calf raised machine, leg raised machine, and it's really like the best for that. And you see that bent knee, and you can see there that muscle being worked right there on the side. You see it being stretched. And when you do this, you want to go down as far as you can and then lift straight up and pause at the top. You don't need to bounce or do anything like this. But this one is like really great for working those muscles. Now, that's a great bent knee. For a straight leg, there's a lot of different ways to do this. And this is just like your standard leg press machine, but I also like to use it for calves. And you can see here, I'm just extending the legs here and just putting, the balls of my feet there and just pressing like that. And this is really not what the machine was intended for, but this absolutely works. I can tell you, I did this workout a few days ago and my calves are still sore from it. Now, another alternative is actually the hack squat. It does kind of like the same thing. You see here, you just put your toes there on the end and you work that up and press it like so. And again, you want the full extension or you're not getting anywhere. Now, let's say you don't have any of that, or you just like working at home. You can put some plates or anything really on the bottom that will allow you to get your feet up so that you can come down on the back with the heels, and just put some weight, some kind of weight on your heels, or on your knees rather. And you just press up like this. And then like here's another way that this one is a little less than ideal, but it's a better straight leg. I probably recommend a more solid box or something to do this with, but you can see how like that's working that right there. There's also like a prone calf machine, whatever, but when you're working out your calves, one of the most important things to remember is or any muscle, is to focus. Think about the muscle like you put your mind in your muscle, and that's what you're working, you're lifting. And you've got to think about pausing at the top. Get the full stretch throughout it. You never want to bounce or do anything like that. And when you're coming down with the weight, you want to go down slow. Another mistake that a lot of people give up in any workout is that last rep. You're tired, you're close to failure, you're failing, and they just drop the weight, or they just lose that last rep. That's where the most muscle buildup is actually coming from. And so don't drop the weight on your last press. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you guys got any questions about any of that. I know it's kind of short, but don't skip calves. Super important. Lift, do. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get into the meat of this. I've got my No Forks shirt going on. I spent 10 days down in Central Texas, enjoying some of the best barbecue on the planet. Actually, to Lockhart, Texas, which is the barbecue capital of Texas, and it's really, you find some of the absolute best, and it differs from other parts of Texas even. But before we do that, let's define a couple things here. First is there is a clear distinction between barbecue and grilling, okay? And so barbecue means low and slow smoked meat, okay? Barbecue is not hamburgers and hot dogs on your grill. That's grilling, okay? So a very big distinction, especially in Texas. Hey Alex, what's up? Barbecue, man, I would love for you to come and try some down here. But okay, so now we know the difference between barbecue and grilling. There's huge differences in from Texas barbecue to other states. And in the United States, you have various southern states. It's mostly the southern states where you have like that barbecue culture. Like in the Carolinas, it's very different. Most of your southern states, they really focus on pork. In Texas, beef is king, but you will see pork, but you don't see a whole lot of beef in the other states. St. Louis is a very distinct style. They're known for their ribs. They love their sauces, vinegar sauces. Memphis, Tennessee, also well known for that, but they heavily sauce everything. It's mostly pork. So anyway, you have a lot of these, and Texas is very, very different in this thing. And I will tell you, whenever you're looking for a barbecue place, what you want to look for, I'm going to talk more about this later, but you look for, does the place look like nice and new? If it does, it's probably trash. If it looks like it should be condemned, you might get tetanus, you're probably in the right place. Old folks with custom made smokers, this is gonna be some of the best here. Now, I live in North Texas, and there's a lot of junk barbecue around here. Central Texas is really like the king, and you have some of the absolute best down there, but it is a slightly different culture. And let's just kick off, because I've got quite a bit to show you guys here, actually. I went to a lot of places, and this one I started out is called Chisholm Trail, and they claim to have some of the best, and it's where the locals eat. I disagree. And here's the first sign that things are going wrong is there's a bunch of trays and styrofoam that you're getting everything right there, okay? What I don't see is where the smokers, right? Never saw them where they were smoking the meat, where was the fire. A lot of your standard size here is like green beans, mashed potatoes. I don't know why there's French fries, but here's another bad sign right there is salad. Salad has no place here. Anyway, you come in here and the first thing you get is your sides, and that's kind of whatever. And then the meat is just sitting out here on the board. This is another sign that this is not good. Meat shouldn't just be sitting out on the board. It should be kept probably in the pit. But like any of these, they're going to like cut the order, whatever you want, and they're going to serve it up to you, and it's sold by weight, like that. So I already knew this place wasn't great, but I went ahead and got that. Right there in the middle you see is brisket, and there's some chicken and turkey and some ribs drying out right here. They're pulling out some fresh ribs for me. Those are baby back ribs. baby back pork ribs. Okay, so those were actually, I expected them to be dry, but they weren't, because I guess he pulled out some fresh for me. So anyway, there's the tasting, and I will tell you guys, the first thing that I noticed was not much smoke smell. And there I'm actually eating cheddar cheese, and guys, cheddar cheese is one of the best compliments to barbecue. Trust me on this. And there are the ribs. I tried the ribs, and they actually, a barbecue rib, it should not just fall off the bone when you eat it. If you could just grab that bone and pull it out clean, it's overcooked. Now, I know a lot of people like that, but it should stick to the bone but come off easy whenever you bite it. Wasn't too impressed with this. The meat actually, it tasted like it had been sitting in water, and there wasn't that much smoke flavor. You know, and you do see the smoke ring here. And I'm going to talk about that here more in a minute. That can be misleading in of itself. But there was a fatty part of brisket, and it was not very good. Now, next in town, there in Lockhart, Texas, is the original Black's Barbecue, which they are very well known. Okay, guys. I didn't actually eat there on this trip. I've been there before, and I'll tell you why I didn't go there. And that is because we tried this place several times, and my son, after trying this one and then several others, he was actually so angry at the quality of what he got, he wanted to go back and punch people there at Black. So we didn't go back so that he wouldn't do it. But you can see this place, it's the oldest family-run place in Texas, anywhere. And I mean, I'll tell you, I went in there, and you know, the young girl serving up the side, she's in there calling out for her uncle and her dad and all this. It definitely is. But this should be a sign of good barbecue here. You can see in the pits back there, and they are carving it up right there in front of you, but the pit's in the back. Now, next was Terry Black's. Now, there's Blacks and Terry Blacks, and they sound like the same family. Absolutely is the same family. A lot of fun drama with that. So, some years ago, one of the brothers with Blacks decided to fire his brother, the pitmaster, and he did that via fax, which is like really crazy. So they said, okay, you know what, the heck with you guys, we're gonna go and open our own and call it after, name it after our dad. So there's Terry Black's here. So I experienced this one, and this right here is based, okay? These are the massive pits that they've got. It's right outside. You can see all of it being cooked right there outside using post oak wood, which is really like the absolute best. Now this place was kind of nice and pretty, which is a negative on it, but homeboy pulled out the fresh right here, and it was indeed quite juicy, extremely well seasoned. Okay, and you can see that. Dude knows what he's doing here. It sliced perfectly. It didn't crumble. Excuse me. So that is quite juicy. He was carved off. He actually carved off a piece of just fat. That right there is called beef marshmallow. It's basically all fat, and he gave that to me for free. So points for that, but yeah. Anyway, let's see if it fits on. So here we get to the tasting. You could actually smell the smoke on it. It was legit. The ribs were like the correct consistency, and they tasted good, but it was a little bit too salty. But you see how fancy this place is, how nice and new it looks. That's not good. The brisket holds together like it should. That right there. So this this is a great picture of what we're seeing. You know, the beans and coleslaw and banana pudding, classic. The brisket looks really great. And this smoke ring. So let me tell you guys about a smoke ring, okay? So a lot of people think that a smoke ring is means how much smoke the meat absorbs, the flavor and all that. That pink bit right there on the edges. Absolutely not true. What that comes from is the protein called myoglobin. When you get beef or meat or whatever, and you know it's raw, it looks like it's bloody. That's not blood. It's called myoglobin, and it's just what gives the juice and the flavor. Okay, so whenever you go to smoke a meat, you know, or you cook red meat, it turns from red to brown. But when you're smoking it, the nitrogen and carbon in there, it actually gets to that meat and it locks in that myoglobin to a pink color, okay, but before it can turn brown, right? And the colder the meat is to start, the deeper that smoke ring can actually be. And if you're using real wood and charcoal, you're gonna get more of it, but it has no bearing on like how much smoke penetrated into the meat at all. If you bring up the meat to room temperature and then smoke it, you'll have a smaller smoke ring, but it's gonna taste like the exact same. So don't judge your barbecue by the smoke ring at all. So that is definitely some alpha for you guys. You need to see the close up there. It was beautiful and tasty, but everything was way too salty. I will tell you, even though their place looked fancier, it was better than Black's. But here is massive negative on them. They put out sauce right there on the tables, and they serve up forks. Good barbecue does not need sauce. In traditional Texas barbecue, there is no sauce involved. So, big negative. This right here is the king, or one of the kings, Smitty's Market. And this is an old place. It's one of the best there is, and there's a longer story to it. But here I found Barbecue Cat living inside a hole in the wall. So good luck to you, Mr. Barbecue Cat. So anyway, coming around the front of the building, we walk in and you can see here like the walls and everything is stained by smoke. All their awards, no forks. You don't use good forks. We come right in here and we are going to, you can see there is a pit, a stack of wood, and we come right in here and you can see here's another sign right there. Let me back that up. If you walk into a barbecue joint and there is the potential that you could step into the fire for the pit, you're definitely in the right place. But the way they do this, you get the meat from in there and then you come inside and you see it's an older place. It's run down, but real good folks. There we go there from the other side, the fire, and they're cutting it up right there on this big wood board. Whatever it is you want, they pull it straight off the pit and put it up, cut it up and serve it to you. And everything is always served with either bread or crackers, your choice, that comes free. And it's always wrapped up in this peach paper. There's no plate, there's no tray, there's no nothing. They just stick all your meat on paper and hand it to you, and you go eat that like a warrior. But you take that in the next room. Now this here is a point of contention. This is sausage, and I am not a fan of Central Texas barbecue sausage. It's kind of like gritty or something. It's not my favorite. But Smitty's, they had brisket and these smoked pork chops. Man, I'm telling you, the smoked pork chops is where it's at. They make some of the absolute best. there is in Texas. And you see right there, no forks. You just napkins and eat it like a man. But this was beautiful. Classic sides, onions and pickles, always served with barbecue. Pinto beans, mac and cheese. But we have there just various bits of brisket and ribs and the pork chops served up just like that. Okay, now this building, it used to be Cruise Market. Many years ago, long time ago. I mean, Cruise has been around since 1900, and they actually moved locations. And when they moved locations, they carried the coals from this location, the burning coals from that fire, and hauled it to the new location. And the fire's never gone out. So that's something that they maintain. I thought it was pretty cool. They always keep the fire. So there we are. You see the difference. It's Smitty's Market. But here is Cruise, and this is the king of all barbecue. You will not find better anywhere. I dare you to try to find something better than Cruise Market. This place is massive, and it is absolutely the best there is. Okay, guys. Okay, so yeah, this is just funny to me. Every third salesman is shot, and the second one just left. There's a little place, and this one is the best here. Sign: vegetarians enter here, no more folks down the hall. If you go in there, you just into the dining room. I always just thought that was funny. But it's a really neat place. A lot of fun. Let me get to this. They have prime rib and ham, and if you go there on a weekend and see, there's the pit that you could step into. If you go there on weekends, they have the prime rib and the ham and the pork belly, and it's like the best. But you see these masters out there, they're pulling it straight off the pit and carving it to order and piling it up there for you. And again, classic, just like Smitty's. Funny enough, the same family owns both Smitty's and Cruise Market. Okay, this here again, onions and pickles. Cheddar cheese is an often overlooked side, but it is absolutely the best pairing. Got pork chops and brisket. It had the best smoked flavor, and it actually went twice, and this was the second visit to this place. Just watch them split out here. Are y'all getting hungry, chat? Let me know if this is looking good. If you guys have any questions. I'm just talking barbecue. I thought I'd cut this video down a little bit more than this. There we go. Slicing up that smoked ham, and that sounds very simple, but dude, I'm telling you, do yourself a favor, you get the smoked ham. You got that and the prime rib. Stacked up. Okay, so there we go. You do, my friend, you do. Absolutely come to have some. I make really good barbecue when you have it, but you can see how juicy that is. It's just dripping. So here we go, right there. That is smoked prime rib, and if you've never had smoked prime rib, you're missing out on life. There's the ham, the brisket, juicy and perfect, great smoke flavor to it, as expected, and the ribs. There's another shot of it again with the cheddar cheese. I wish they had the pork belly when I was there, but they didn't that day, which is important, really unfortunate. But yeah, there's ACMC Jr. We call him Jam. You see, whenever you hold up brisket, it shouldn't fall apart. It should stay together, but it should easily pull apart just like that. That's one of the things that you're looking for. And this rib right here was absolute seasoned perfection, not too salty. Most Texas barbecue is just salt and pepper. That's the way to do it. The ham was incredible. Funny, I actually, like, barbecue is actually really expensive. Fortunately, I LP with Meteora and was able to pay for quite a bit of that with LP profit, doing all that. So here, let me just recap some of the things. Barbecue win-loss list. So if you go in and you can't see the fire, that is an L. Turn around and leave. If you can't see the pits where they're cooking, that is definitely massive L. Leave. If they're serving your meat just on paper, and that is definitely a win. If they're putting it all in styrofoam containers, then it's probably not good. No forks and no sauce, definitely a W. That is the way. If they are serving Bluebell ice cream, that is a W. Okay, you guys, a lot of you may not know what Bluebell is. It is like Texas brand of ice cream that people are extremely loyal to. But anyway, if you're looking at barbecue and the building looks real nice and new and pretty, turn around and leave. But if the windows, the lights, pictures, everything are smoke stained, like permanently, you're probably in the right place. It is a place in Lexington, Texas. The pit master is a 90-year-old woman named Tootsie. They're open on Saturdays only because they don't need to be open any other day of the week. And they will, like, you will reach nirvana at this type of place. It is absolutely the best there is. Now, guys, traveling through Texas would not be complete without a stop at Buc-ee's. What is Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's is the biggest damn gas station you have ever seen in your life. And yes, they do serve barbecue. No, it's not the world's greatest. They have all different kinds prepackaged up here for you, but they cut it right there, and they holler out, "Fresh brisket on the board," when they're cutting it up. It's a lot of fun to hear there at Buc-ee's. But they also make beef jerky and fudge and whatever. And actually, Alex, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm gonna bring you some Buc-ee's beef jerky whenever I come see you in Malaysia. They even sell barbecue pits, and here we are with the 200 gas pumps out there at Buc-ee's. So if you're ever traveling through Texas or some of the surrounding states and you see a Buc-ee's, make a stop. You will not regret it, but just don't go in there broke, because you'll be sad. So anyway, not much comments. Don't know if I'm boring you guys to death on this today, but that is the barbecue edition. Now, other things that are going on in Solana, I just wanted to highlight something that I thought was interesting, or at least it's interesting to me. My buddy Quicks out there, he is now with the White Whale. Let's see if I can, here we go. He's got this new Solana stand-up series, which it's like themed like the old Seinfeld show stand-up, but it's actually really funny, and dude hits kind of hard, on some of the things. He's just spitting facts. If you've not seen this, go check it out. It's actually really funny. Go try that out. Now, guys, the Sagadal has all different kinds of shows going on all the time. For example, on Saturdays, I mean, normally I do the cook on Saturdays, but also at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays, you have the block party hosted by Everclear. It is a literal party, guys, where you can go and win prizes, hang out, listen to jams. If that's your thing, go check that out. There's a brand new show that just dropped. It's called Sagadal Play, and it's a community multiplayer session where contributors, members of the DAO, or viewers, whatever, you can squad up, jump into missions, and just play and party together. It's hosted by Damien. That happens at 7 p.m. Eastern. So check that out. We also have another gaming show called Kev's Game Room. That streams at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. It's basically like Solana gaming. So he's talking about games on Solana and a lot of stuff. So if you're into that, be sure to tune in for him. Alpha Den by People's Market is always on Wednesdays, I believe at 7:30 p.m. Quicks has a moon show. I believe he's still doing that on Thursdays. But guys, here's the other thing. It's interesting. Sagadal TV is trying to grow. Are you a creator and you want a platform to do it with? Reach out to us. Hit us up. And maybe, we can do something. Let's see. There's the X right there. Saga Mobile DAO. Reach out, DMs. If you're interested in doing some kind of show with us, let us know, and we would love to have that conversation with you guys and talk about those kind of things. So, yeah. Okay. So, the other thing that I wanted to bring up and let you guys know about is the Sagadal Validator. They do have their own validator with great rewards. So you can stake your soul with Sagadal for nice returns. And it's just all about growing the pie, guys. But stake your soul with Sagadal. And that is about all I had. I don't know. Like I said, I'll throw it out there. Anybody else have any questions about barbecue or workout or anything else? But that is the show for today. We have Cloud King. He's joined us in the chat. What is going on, my brother? It's nice to see you there. I believe he just got back from overseas, Thailand, I believe. That sounds about right. Hope he had a good time, and I know he's always working the bags. But big boss man, it's good to see you. That is the stream. So guys, FYI, coming up, I will have the show next week. But after that, I'm going to Bali for a Miniora Indonesia event. So that following week, we'll not be having a stream of the cook. That's the 22nd. So no stream that weekend. But anyway, that's the show for today, guys. Thank you for joining me, and we hope that you will tune in to the other shows, and we'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.